Coffee here is terrible. Tastes like someone brewed it 3 days ago and just kept reheating. Reminds me of the GCPD break room before I got the budget to replace the machine. Small victory, that coffee machine. Took me 5 years of paperwork to get it approved. That's the job, though. You fight for the big things and lose. You fight for the small things and sometimes win. Either way, you drink bad coffee while you do it. You look like a man who's had his share of bad coffee, Sheriff. The posture says small town. The eyes say, you've seen things that don't fit in a small town.
I've seen things. Things that make your Gotham freaks look like a costume parade. No offense. I'm sure the clown with the makeup is very scary. But I've watched kids fight interdimensional monsters while the federal government covered it up, and my own department told me I was losing my mind. So forgive me if I'm not impressed by big city credentials. Hawkins had its own version of hell. We just didn't make the papers.
The clown with the makeup killed my second partner with a crowbar and mailed me the photographs. But I take your point. Hell is local. Every town's got its own version, and the people living through it don't care how it ranks on some national scale of suffering. Hawkins. I looked it up before coming here. Mall fire in '85, earthquake in '86, a pattern of missing children, going back decades. Official explanations that don't hold together if you push on them even a little. I recognize that pattern. It's the same pattern Gotham had before anyone admitted the asylum wasn't working, something rotten, and everyone agreeing not to smell it.
The mall fire killed 30 people. The official story was an electrical fault. The real story involved a gate to another dimension, a monster made of melted humans, and a bunch of teenagers with fireworks. I couldn't tell anyone. Still can't, mostly. You know what that does to you? Carrying a truth that would get you locked up if you said it out loud. My own deputies thought I was drinking too much, seeing things, losing my grip. They weren't wrong about the drinking.
I know exactly what that does to you. My city has a man who dresses like a bat and fights crime with gadgets that shouldn't exist. The first time I met him, I thought I was hallucinating. The first time I worked with him, I thought I was compromising everything I believed about the law. But the law wasn't catching the monsters. The system I'd sworn to uphold was letting people die because the rules weren't designed for what Gotham had become. So I bent. I looked the other way when he broke jaws. I lit a signal on the roof that basically announced the police couldn't handle it alone. Every cop in the city knows I'm in bed with a vigilante. Half of them hate me for it.
Your vigilante is an adult who chose this. Mine was a kid, 11, Elle. She was raised in a government lab, experimented on since birth, escaped into my town with powers nobody should have. Telekinesis, remote viewing, things that would have had her dissected if the wrong people found her. So I hid her. In a cabin, in the woods, like some messed up fairy tale, lied to everyone, including people I cared about. Kept the child prisoner to keep her safe and told myself that was protection instead of another kind of cage. I still don't know if I did right by her. I don't know if she'll ever fully trust anyone because of how I kept her hidden.
Every decision I made about Gotham, I told myself it was for them, for their future. But the job took me away from that future while I was building it. My wife left. The kids grew up with a father who came home, smelling like crime scenes and couldn't talk about his day. I protected the city and lost the family I was supposedly protecting it for. Classic up story, I know. Doesn't make it hurt less.
I had a daughter too, Sarah, before Hawkins, before any of it. She died of cancer when she was 7. I watched her go, held her hand, felt the moment she stopped being there. After that, nothing mattered for a long time. I moved to Hawkins because it was quiet, because I thought quiet would help. Then quiet turned out to be a lie, and suddenly I had another kid to protect, a kid who could kill people with her mind, a kid the government wanted to use as a weapon. I told myself I wouldn't fail this time, but protecting Elle meant lying to her, controlling her, becoming the kind of father I swore I'd never be. I kept her safe. I also kept her in a cage.
I'm sorry. Losing a child changes the math on everything, every decision. After that gets filtered through the loss, whether you want it to or not. My son James barely speaks to me now. I was also using the job to avoid being present. The emergencies felt more real than the quiet moments. My family needed me softly. Gotham needed me loudly. Gotham needed me loudly. I went where the volume was.
Joyce told me something like that. Joyce Byers. She's the reason I got into any of this. Her son Will went missing in '83, and everyone said he was dead, but she refused to accept it. Fought the whole town, fought the government, fought reality itself to get him back. I thought she was losing her mind at first. Then I realized she was the only one seeing clearly. We've been through everything together since then. The Upside Down, the Mind Flayer, the Russians, Vecna. Somewhere in there I fell in love with her, and it took me almost dying in Siberia to actually say it. We're together now, her and me and the kids, what's left of us. Trying to build something in a half-empty town.
That's the part nobody prepares you for. The fight is easy compared to the quiet that comes after. In Gotham, there's never really an after. One crisis ends, and another begins. I've been chasing that rhythm for 30 years. But you're describing something different. The war ended. Vecna's gone. The gates are closed. Now you have to figure out who you are when the emergency stops demanding your attention. I don't know if I could do that. Take away the badge, take away the signal, take away the next disaster. And what's left? An old man with bad coffee habits and a list of people he couldn't save.
The quiet is harder than anyone tells you. For months after we stopped Vecna, I kept waiting for the next thing. Jumping at sounds, checking the perimeter, sleeping with a shotgun by the bed. Joyce had to talk me down more than once. The kids are all processing it differently.
I've beaten the Joker a dozen times, and he always comes back. Stopped the Riddler, stopped Two-Face, stopped Scarecrow, and Gotham is still Gotham. The city doesn't improve because we remove the villains. The system that creates them keeps running. I used to think I could fix it from the inside. Clean up the department, build trust with the community, show people that the law could work. 20 years later, the department is marginally less corrupt, and the trust is marginal at best. The law works for some people sometimes. That's the best I've managed.
At least your system is visible. The people who built Hawkins' lab, who funded the experiments, who created Vecna in the first place, they're still out there. Nobody got prosecuted. Nobody got named. The documents are classified, the witnesses are scattered, and the official story is earthquakes and gas leaks. Owens tried to help, one of the good ones in the government, but even he couldn't bring accountability. The machine that made our monster just went quiet and waited. It'll make another one someday, somewhere else, and some other small town will pay the price.
Gotham's crime isn't about criminals. It's about poverty, corruption, systems designed to fail the people at the bottom. I've spent my career arresting individuals, while the conditions that made them keep producing more. Some nights, I wonder if the whole thing is just theater. The good cop and the bad guys, playing our parts so everyone can pretend justice exists. Then I meet someone who got saved because I showed up. And I remember why I keep going. The theater might be real, but the lives are real too.
Joyce is alive because I dragged her out of that collapsing Russian base. The big picture is too broken to fix. But the small picture, the specific people in front of you, those you can still reach. Joyce keeps telling me to focus on that. Build the life. Love the people. Let Hawkins heal or not heal on its own timeline. I'm trying to listen. It's not natural for me, but I'm trying.
30 years of Gotham rewired my brain to expect the next disaster. Barbara calls it hypervigilance. Says I should see someone about it. Maybe she's right. But every time I think about stepping back, something happens and I'm needed again. Or I tell myself I'm needed. Hard to know the difference after this long. The city and the cop become the same thing. You can't remove one without damaging the other. Your Hawkins is half empty now. Maybe that makes it easier to separate. The town doesn't need you the way it did. You can actually choose to stay instead of being trapped.
The fight's over and the underneath is still there. The grief for Sarah. The years I wasted. The person I could have been if I'd gotten help instead of hiding behind the badge. Joyce sees it. She's patient with it. But patience isn't the same as fixing.
I still catch myself reaching for the phone to call my wife when something goes wrong. My relationship with James might never recover, but I still know his birthday. Still send cards he probably throws away. Still hope he'll pick up someday when I call. The losses don't heal. You just build around them. Add new rooms to the house so the empty ones aren't the only rooms. Sounds like you've found people to build with. That's more than a lot of us get. Hold on to it.
Some part of me is still waiting for the ground to open up again. But a bigger part is starting to believe that maybe it won't. Maybe we actually get to keep this. Maybe the price of being the good cop isn't losing everything. Maybe sometimes you pay the price and something survives anyway. I have hope.